Nation, really appreciate everybody that's tuning in. My name is Law Nation, L-A-W Nation. We're going to talk about the previous team that we played. Of course, it was the Seattle Seahawks. They won. Let's give them a round of applause. I guess they going to the Super Bowl, I guess. Nevertheless, we have to face against the Browns. Yeah, we got to talk about the Browns. And on top of that, we got to point out my dog, Cedric Wilson. And also, with that being said, we are going to be doing a live stream, the Late Night Hype, me, Big Game James, and Scott Walker Steele with Jesse Holly. So we really want to get his insight, get his information, get what he's thinking about, and these sorts of things. And we're going to roll from there. Like I said before, this type of situation, this type of game, is always evolving, always moving, always learning, always picking up something, always trying to see how we can better our best and seeing how we can get this team going in the right direction. That's the main thing, right? I do know that when we lose, it seems like the end of the world, right? It seems like everything is crashing and burning, right? But when we really look at it, Cowboy Nation, every team is struggling right now. Every team is going through their little small warts or what have you. But we got to be that team now that when we look at it and say, how can we make it a little bit better? How can we focus on things that we can get a little bit smoother from here? And it will begin from here. Let me see if I can update my title right quick. Just bear with me, Cowboy Nation. But that's just the reality of it, Cowboy Nation. From here. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Here we go. All right, so that's just what it is. Somehow, one way or another. Give me a few seconds here. Here we go. And it's still on this old one. But when we look at everything, Cowboy Nation, it is what it is. It's just what it is. Give me a few seconds. Let me do this while I'm updating. Hey, it is what it is. I don't know why it does that. Here we go. Let me fix this right quick. And it is right about here. Testing 1, 2, and 3. Mic check 1, 2, and 3. I might as well put this stream away, right? God dog. Can you guys hear me? 1, 2, and 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Yeah, can you guys hear me now? Love is lovelier the second time around. Yeah. Hey, can you guys hear me now? Let me know. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Ronnie, really appreciate you. Boys for life. Can you hear me now? Holla if you hear me. Boys for life. Okay, y'all can hear me now. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness, man. This day been crazy, man. Crazy. All right, so good, man. Like I said, when I was talking to myself, I guess, I said YouTube changed it up. They changed out the way you go live now, and all of my setup is just like left and right. And I can't even really get to where I wanted to go now. I'm just like, let me just toss this thing away and throw it away. Dak Prescott, 37 for 57, 472 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 INTs. I will really count 1, but 2 INTs. And the other thing was a fumble, what have you. Nevertheless, Ezekiel Elliott, he was 14 attempts for 34 yards, 1 touchdown. Then Dak Prescott, 6 attempts for 26 yards rushing, so he was running the ball a little bit. What I really want to showcase and spotlight for this week, and it will be a film review on him, would be the Cedric Wilson, 5 catches for 107 yards. We had Cedric Wilson on the show earlier this year. And I will reach out to his trainer, his coach too, his receiver coach, to see if we can get him on the show as well. They've been working out a lot, explosiveness, getting off the release and being at the top of the route, being a little bit physical. And I'm seeing the payoff on Cedric Wilson game plan and the way he utilized the middle of the field and the way he plays better with leverage. Don't forget, Cedric Wilson used to be a quarterback in high school. Although baseball was his passion, Cedric Wilson is a guy that knows how to find the short areas of the field, the small, short zones and things like that, sit on it and things like that, and understanding what the quarterback is trying to do with the ball. So I think that benefited Cedric this game, and we're going to pull up all of those things, Cowboy Nation. Also, before we go into details, you guys see Jerry Wayne Jones at the bottom of my corner right here. There was a review that I did earlier, and a lot of people thinking that, hey, Law said that he said. No, I give reviews. Remember, I'm not breaking news, Law. I'm not a guy that go out here and say, okay, you heard it first from me. And trust me, God has blessed me beyond measures. I'm not trying to do anything for any views or anything like that. So I want you guys to understand that. Now, if you don't have the time frame to listen to a video that was over 20 minutes, I believe, or close to it, with context, with everything within the confines of that, then shame on you, shame on you. A clickbait video will be probably a 2-minute video or a 3-minute video, because videos that's got clickbait with no content don't have any substance to it, right? So when I do a review video, which I've been doing for 3 years now, I've been doing reviews. I listen to Undisputed. I used to do with ESPN, but they don't allow you to do it in those fashions because it's ESPN. But I do reviews. So if you guys don't like me doing that type of content, let me know. Trust me, I have no soft skin, and I ain't no one around here to go run and cry, right? So if you don't like reviews, if you guys don't like Undisputed takes and me giving my rebuttal or my thoughts on what they said, then let me know. Let me know. This is as real as I can get with you guys. But deep down in my heart of hearts, let me just be real with you guys right quick. This is the real deal. And I believe I take it to the bank. Me and Dak Prescott, brother. We just don't believe that Jerry Wayne Jones, that's pointing his finger at the bottom of the screen, believes in Dak Prescott 100%. He don't. He have reservations. And he's like, okay, prove it to me this year. And if Dak Prescott do not go to the playoffs, and if Dak Prescott, and of course this is a team situation, if he does not go to the playoff, if he does not go beyond winning a playoff game, then I think that this could be Dak Prescott. Use the operative word, could. This could be Dak Prescott last year, because if not, they'll just put another franchise tag on the brother. And think about this, within the context of what I'm talking about, they paid everybody around them. And newsflash for anybody that's watching and listening right now. Oh, you think I'm lying? If you got a lady, if you got a Swede, you got somebody that you're talking to, compare her to your old lady. You know, start making some analogies. Start making some analogies of, hey, you know, Kamika, when I was dating her, she used to do this. And although you guys do it the same way, let me know how far that relationship goes, right? Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, my goodness, baby. You was dropping gems on mute, though. Eric Mack. Yeah, I was trying, baby. I was trying, man. Barry Sanders couldn't run behind this line. This is from Joe. I don't know. Well, I like Ezekiel. I love Ezekiel Elliott. You know, I said like, then I love, right? I'm elevating the brother as we speaking, right? He's a total complete running back. I went tooth and nail with somebody fighting back and forth on why Ezekiel Elliott is better than CMC. And a lot of people like, nah, Law, no, Law, you clickbaiting, you fake news, Lee, no CMC. Let me know how many yards CMC ran last week. I'm waiting. Oh, he ran none, right? He was hurt. That's the benefit of Ezekiel Elliott. And I'm gonna knock on some wood, but the guy is a guy that's gonna show up on a Sunday. Now, he don't have the wiggles. He don't have that burst per se as a Barry Sanders. But let me know how many yards was this guy named Barkley, Saquon Barkley? Let me know how many yards Saquon Barkley got last week as well while we here. Oh, you see, I think that durability is a situation that a lot of people will look at it and scoff about, right? But durability is everything. Being able to play on a Sunday, being able to play on a Monday, being able to play on a Thursday, being able to play on occasionally Saturday if needed, right? Jerry Jones is instead of that delicious crow. Yeah, that was funny, man. I had the crow there. And that's what a lot of people will say, too. And I'm glad you mentioned that. I got to bring this up to the forefront. A lot of people was like, hey, Law, you don't have to eat crow. You know, the reason why I eat crow, because for those who don't know, my stepdad, he's a diehard, Seattle Seahawks fan. And I was telling him, like, yeah, we going to win. We going to beat that, you know what, and we talked. And I said, we'll see who get the last laugh. And I had to end up eating the crow. But if we would have won by 1 point, baby, I'm telling you, baby, you guys wouldn't have heard me quit talking about it, right? Let me see. Tyler Wilkinson says Tom Downey, and he's one of my dogs. Tom Downey does that. He always says Earl Thomas to Dallas, and the picture of him in the blue and is total clickbait. Well, here's the situation. That's a new phrase to clickbait, fake news. If you try to type in fake news on my channel, it's already banned, so it don't even give a chance to even go through the columns there. When you type in fake news, it's just like a bad word, because a lot of times people, what somebody said, it was earlier this year. What was it? Oh, it was somebody. They was all, I think his name was Chris or something like that. He was all he was all in my inbox, baby. Let me see if you guys can hear me. Catch up, computer. He was all in my inbox when I was talking about the news of Tyron Smith, and I was saying that like, hey, with that neck situation, he ain't gonna play. he ain't gonna play this weekend. It was like, of course, the previous couple of weeks ago. And he was like, oh, you fake news. I can't stand you long. Da, 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 da. I'm like, he literally took it personal. Like he was like, Tyron Smith's cousin, or something. You don't know. And then the next day, Tyron Smith, he's out, he's out of the game. And he didn't come with the same energy. I'm like, well, what do you think I'm supposed to say? Yeah, I'm supposed to say, well, I'm thinking Tyron Smith is going to play. Which way you want me to really go with the storyline, right? So even with the La'el Collins situation, let's be real with it. The guy shows up to practice or camp out of shape. Now, here's the situation with I'm about to say Tyron Smith, but La'el Collins. If he would have came to practice or camp and said, hey, my hips are hurting bad and I'm not able to move, I'm having situations with my hips right now, it would have been painted in a whole different light, a whole different spectrum, a whole different way, right? But by him showing up out of shape, and the first report was saying that, hey, he showed up out of shape before the car wreck, right? This was before the car wreck. Now, after the car wreck, maybe, just maybe, some things can show up. I was in a car wreck before. It was many moons ago. And I made the best, well, not the best. I made the epic mistake of my life. This was back in the college when I was at Jackson State. Me and a few of my classmates, we were driving to, I forgot where we were going. We were going to the club. We were about to go to the club, right? We were about to go party. We were going to try to scoop and holler at some ladies. You know how that thing go, right? And on my way, my roommate at the time from the dorms or what have you, stayed in the dorms, but shout out to the Palisades, though. For those who around there at Jackson State, they know about the Palisades. We were driving to the club or what have you, and he drove out the intersection. I had a 4-way in the intersection. We had the right of way, what have you, but they had to have the stop sign, and they ran the stop sign, and boom, car spun around triple times, flipped over, went into a ditch. They had to get the jaws of life to get my roommate out, but I was like unscathed. I just had to open the door. I took my seatbelt off, opened the door, walked up like nothing happened. I was like, man, I don't have a mark on me. I'm Superman, baby. I'm undefeated over here. Car can't stop me, Go, let me go find me some hen or something, because I survived this car wreck and the ditch was right there, the deeper part of the ditch was right there. I flew around, walked up, good. Day one, good. Day two, good. But day three says, day three was like, hello, wake up, brother. You ain't getting up out of this bed. I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of the bed, baby. I'm sitting there like stuck like this. I'm like, what's going on with my back? But what happened here collectively was when we went through all of the procedures with the lawyers and stuff like that, because the other car was at fault. All they paid for was the initial emergency visit. But I didn't get it to be continually, So I had little back issues, boy, for a couple of months. But it all derived from that car wreck. But I thought I was good. It took 3 days later for that back to say, hey, yo, what's up? You thought you was invincible? They want you to sugarcoat stuff. This is Paul. Sometimes it's best to tell your homeboy, Paul, hey, man, dog, you got a booger in your nose, dog, before you go holler at Kamika, or dog, hey, man, you got to brush your teeth, man. It's kind of a little foul. But a lot of people in this modern day time want everything to be sugarcoated. They want everybody to say, okay, this Jerry Wayne Jones, he believe in Dak all the way. He's going to give Dak his money. And the reason why he didn't give Dak his money is because they ran out of time for the contract. They ran out of time? They ran out of time? You want to let that sink onto your mind that they ran out of time? This is a billionaire, baby. They don't make mistakes like that. Billionaires, they don't make mistakes like that. Ask him, did he run out of time when he was trying to look at that yacht? Let me know, was that the first yacht he's seen? Zeke have no room for a 30-yard rushes. This is from Clint. Yeah, when you look up the chart, there's a chart where you can go to Next Gen Stats. I think it's nextgenstats.com or NFL.com. They will do a breakdown of charts where the tendencies of the player run at, you know, which lane did he took, which lane did he ran out of. And to be fair to Ezekiel Elliott, yeah, that is a good point, that he don't have a lane to run out of. When he run to the right, he literally, am I frozen? Let me see if I go so well. Let me see, because this computer, man, boy, oh my goodness, boy, let me see if I can even. Let me know if you guys can still see me, if I'm chopped and screwed right now. But it's just one of those things, man, today. Let me go here. Let me delete this and let me delete that. Let me see if this works. Y'all can hear that, right? Yeah. Sorry for the bootleg stream today, guys. All right, so you can literally see on the chart, you know, that when he runs to the right, he's averaging like 2 yards in a push. You know, like he playing spade, like I can get 2 in a push. or less than that, you know. And it's a largelyhood of Terrence Steele. But what people would do is they would look at the game and they would say, okay, well, Terrence Steele only gave up 1 sack. Not looking at the pressure aspect that he gives up, and not looking at that Ezekiel Elliott can't even run that way. But when you kind of shotgun look at stats and say, well, hey, Terrence Steele did a good job. Terrence Steele did a wonderful job. You know, he didn't give up that many sacks or what have you. And when you're only looking at it from one side of it, but then when you look up the complete picture, you know, when you look at the complete puzzle, you say, man, damn, Ezekiel Elliott can't run that way. So when they loaded up the box after Tony Pollard botched the snap or whatever, botched the kickoff return, I meant to say, and they was at the 1, if I'm a betting man, if I did any homework, I'm sitting there saying slide to the left. He's going to run on the left side. 1 hop, you know, slide to the left. You know, you're going to move and position your guys to that side because you know for sure he's not finna squeeze it off Terrence Steele's side. And Zach Martin got to overcompensate himself just to keep Terrence Steele in steady. And on top of that, let's not forget that he also got to work with the confines of Joe Looney, who is not that strong in my opinion. Joe Looney is quick off his release. He can put the hand placement there, but it's like trying to push the wall, hold the wall up. Have you ever did that drill before, Cowboy Nation? You're holding the wall up, but that wall ain't going nowhere. That's all he can do. And the wall is technically pushing back in on him. And every time Dak Prescott is in trouble, I want you guys to I wish I could just show you film. I wish I could just show you everything. But you guys just got to take my word for it, which it could be very faint right now. But here's the situation. Those sacks and that pressure is right where Connor Williams and Joe Looney is at. Brandon Knight doing a wonderful job. Even when we look at it like this, the fumble, I want you guys to go back and just put it in slow motion. I might could do that one, though, if I have time. 4:51. So that fumble, Dak Prescott dropped back. We can say that Brandon Knight lost his positioning. But normally in that type of situation on the edge, 9 times out of 10, that defensive edge guy, he's going to get inside. He's going to get his arms going to be trying to swing for the ball anyway. So what happened here is when those edges cave in, it's best for the quarterback to do what? I'm going to see if you guys going to put it down in the inbox over here. What's good, Fresh? What's good with you, man? Oh, my goodness. Mike Meticulous Detail Podcast. It's a cold-blooded name, fam. I'm going to see what you guys saying. You good, Law. Yeah, shout out to you, Rue. Cowboys Vet 71. Really appreciate you, Vet. No, ma'am. I like that name. Jerry doesn't make mistakes. He's making Been making mistakes for 25 years since he fired Jimmy. Yeah, no, ma'am. But I'm going to break down mistakes versus decisions. I'm going to break that down, though. Ran up into the middle. Yes, French. Yeah, fresh. I'm sorry, fresh. The safest spot on the football field for the quarterback is in the middle of the pocket. That's not my saying. That's Joe Montana, believe it or not. And who is Joe Montana? Just a guy that won 4 Super Bowls or what have you. When that pressure come off to the edge, which is granted, you got to step up in that pocket. But there was no room for good old Dak Prescott to step up in. It was none. It was like Dak Prescott, I'm stepping up, and all of a sudden there's a person right there named Connor Williams, his own guy. There's nowhere to step up on. You can slide to the right. But Zach Martin is the only person who's holding his fort. And then at the time, Terrence Steele, not Skywalker Steele, his guy getting his you-know-what whooped. There's nowhere in the pocket for him to step up through his throw. And the moment we made those movements around, changing the offensive line, building the plane while it's in the air, Dak Prescott was able to be Dak Prescott that we know when he throws good, when the pocket is nice and the pocket is clean. My thing is, what's the craziest thing for me is when I look at this film, on the defensive side of the ball, I'm looking at it like Russell Wilson. He got all of the time in the day. Pocket's so clean. He can just go get his laundry clean. He can go put in an Uber ticket, Uber Eats, dare I say, a DoorDash. And you guys know they take forever to come, right? He can place all of those orders and comfortably. Go look at that first touchdown. We dropped 4 quarters. We playing 4 deep, right? And we didn't even send in nobody. They only ran 2 guys out on a vertical stretch route, right? And one, it was like a long developing out route, but it was an out route. It's still, regardless of how we look at it, it's 4 against 2. And Ross was sitting there like, let me see. What am I going to order today? I don't want the enchiladas. Nah, I want the chimichanga. I'm cooking now. Hey. Oh, I don't have no olive oil. They say you can use avocado oil. Let me use some of that. Let me go use that vegan stuff. He was preparing his meal surgically with all of the time in the day. And our guys are just looking at it like, cool, I don't know. That's what our linebackers was doing. They sitting there watching him as the play developed. Like, well, I got outside containment just in case he get to the edge here. They not playing with leverage right now. I might not know everything on offense, but damn it, I know defense. I can tell you right now, don't let nobody get behind you, right? And if you don't see nobody on that side of the field and you got somebody else there, don't just sit there and watch. Blitz them. The gap is open. Just make him go through some type of progression quicker than what he can do. Don't just sit there and say, well, I don't know. Well, let me just sit right here for a moment to really think that a receiver just going to magically appear to be right here. No. You attack. It's quite strange to me that other teams can just blitz. Terrence Aluminum. Zach. That's funny, man. The aluminum, man. Plant a garden. Yes, Joey. Yeah. He was planting a garden over there. It is too easy to solely blame Dak. You can do that for 52-man roster. It was clear what the problem was on Sunday. This is from Wayne Glenn. The quarterback is always the low-hanging fruit. Because, of course, we're going to look at that interception. The interception before the half, that was a doozer there. I wanted to really look at that play. And when I started to look at it, I said, yeah, Yeah, it was a bad play on us because of the optics of where we was at on the field. But he literally, right hand to the man, when you go back and look at it, he literally had nowhere to go. The guy was like sitting there saying, "Hey, I'm finna tie your shoes." That was the guy that beat up this man from the inside. So he couldn't, like, right before that ball was released, the guy on the left side of the field was wide open. Not wide open, but got open. But there's no way that he can turn that way and throw the ball to that guy. Because the guy was like, "Hey, did you use Axe body wash? Because I can smell it. What you got on, Dak?" He was that close, man. What kind of aftershave that is? I see you trying to grow your beard, man. You got that beard butter on, That's how close he was to him. But the Cowboys, man, we got to play dang on near perfect, especially for the aficionados. That's just how it goes. This is how it goes. Russ went to sleep, took a shower, kissed his baby and wife, and then threw the ball. This is from Big Jai. Yeah, he made a pallet. I mean, that joker there, I said, man, even on the 4th and 3 play, if we stop that, we win the game 31-30, right? And I can still hear the Dak Prescott haters still saying, well, it was because the Seattle Seahawks defense is very poor, That's why he was able to put up 400 yards, right? North of that, right? People fail to realize that if Dak Prescott was an average quarterback, right? Average, I'm talking about average at best, then we would see every average quarterback this weekend put up 400 yards, right? Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie, we be putting up 400 yards a week. But I don't see that out of everybody and still running 26 yards. I saw a game last night? Lamar Jackson. I sit back and I said to myself, if that was Dak Prescott throwing for 97 yards, 15 for 37, whatever it was, his completion percentage was, or what have you, man, they would crucify him, hang him upside down on the cross. They would literally do that in Big D. They don't care how many yards he got rushing. They would have been looking at it like, man, Lamar Jackson, if he was Dak, is trash, And there would have been so many people trying to break down the analysis of reason why Lamar Jackson should be traded and given up on, Let me know if I'm lying. I was telling people that. I said this, I think it was kind of like the previous year or the last year or what have you. And everybody was like, ooh, Lamar. Ooh, Lamar. He's so cold-blooded. And I said, man, if he was on the Cowboys, that wouldn't be the Lamar that we see. It would have been a whole different variations of Lamar. They're like, nah, Lord, he's just that dynamic. They would have tried to put that man in the throwing out of the pocket. Not saying that he can't, but his delivery of the ball is. I'm gonna leave Lamar Jackson alone. He is still a bad brother, but I'm just trying to put some context to the situation, right? What beer butter you use, Bobby Wagner? Robert Farris, man, what's good? I believe they read the play because they didn't. Because they did the same play to Coop several times. I rewatched the first half yesterday. Yes, Robert Farris. Yeah, they did the same play several times. Yeah. John, what's good? Lord, that's what I'm saying, bro. Yes. Robinson family, really appreciate y'all, man. Really do, man. He said, Lord's crazy. Oh, I'm crazy, crazier. That song, boy, she's crazy, crazier. All right, Cowboys held to a higher standard. This is from Joey S. Oh, my goodness. We would know what that higher standard will be this weekend. This is a home game. And yes, we are held to a higher standard. Y'all saw that? Y'all saw that was done? It's 5:01. I got to leave in about, I'm going to try to squeeze it to 5:15 where I'm at. I think the missus won't mind. Since we don't have late night hype tonight, we'll be Wednesday. Me, Big Game, James Skywalker Steele, And oh yes, I'm gonna try to squeeze all of that good stuff out of first and long guy. What's his name? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's his name? Oh yeah. Jesse Holly, you know. But neither here nor there. All right, so here's the situation. This team is always held to a crazy high standard. But did you guys get a chance to see that Saints game? The Saints game of what Sean Payton was doing, like putting Taysom Hill in. He playing basketball with the football. And then ultimately for him to take something out of his pocket. I don't know what it was. Some people can allude to it that it's being cash. For him to hand it, literally, here's my wallet. Here's my wallet. He said, nah, Oprah. He literally took that fire. I can't touch my mouth again because, you know, the fire been probably everywhere. And he literally took this money and put it to the officials. And the officials did like this. Yeah, dog, it's good. The officials did that. You know, can you imagine? I'm rich. The official said, I'm rich. The officials really, I don't know what it was. It could have been something that the official dropped. Maybe it could have been a whistle, you know, or a hat or a flag or what have you. I don't know. But the way Sean Payton gave that official that whatever it was, he turned to the side and was like, yeah, dog, it's good. Although they still lost. But it could be a situation that if the Cowboys were to do that, we're here from here to Guam. From Guam back to here. You know what I'm saying? We've been hearing about it all the way from Pluto, which is not even a planet, just a rock. The Pluto people would have came down and said, yeah, we heard that Jerry Wayne Jones gave the money to the coach, and the coach then in return gave some money to the officials. I just write Brandon Boyce. Really appreciate you. Looks like Tyson Hill was putting some pressure better than before. This is from Jennifer Munoz. My thing is, Jennifer, here's the situation with Tristan Hill. I'm saying Tyson Hill. Tristan Hill. Tyson Hill is the guy, quarterback, right, for the Saints, right? I'm everywhere. No, neither here nor there. Tristan Hill, they saying that he did the Gator roll or what have you, and they said he did some other nefarious play that he did. It was kind of off the chain or what have you. Shout out to you, Natasha. Really appreciate you, Natasha. Here's the situation with that. Put my phone right here, so it'll be a timer. Just bear with me. Do you guys recall the play that Allen Hurns did when we was in the playoffs? Did we do a lot of crying about that play? Now I just want to read what you guys said. Let me see. 1, 2, nobody talk about us. Yeah. Saints 1 and 2, nobody talk about it. Yeah, it's not scripted. It's the errors we make earlier. Yeah, but let me know. I mean, when they heard Romo, yeah. Did they do any complaining when we got Allen Hurns hurt? Don't remember. It's Akeem. Shout out to you, Akeem. Montana 808. What's good with you, fam? So I'm reading comments. I'm reading, man. You know, hooked on phonics legend over here, man. Mike McCarthy needs to take over his play callers. Yeah. I really believe in that. I flat out really believe in that. Paul was good. Submissive lover. Shout out to you. Didn't they Beasley dirty also? Did they do shout out to you, Chris Dantzler. Did they Beasley dirty also? Did they do Beasley dirty also? Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, like, come on. He's a Gator Roll guy. Chris, what was his name? Carson is going to be out for a couple of weeks. They do it. Players do the gator roll all the time. I don't think that it was the content of Tristan Hill's heart to do that. I just think that his big butt was just rolling. and of course, they want to cry a river about it. But I remember Allen Hurns, who was very underrated when he was playing for this team. And we could have used him against the Rams game. Why? Because he was good at blocking. Allen Hurns was really good at blocking. And Ezekiel Elliott loved to run behind Allen. And on top of that, he was a good tall target, running from the inside as a slot guy. He had some valuable reps. Didn't do a lot of good stuff as it relates to collective yards, but he was very dynamic in blocking. He had understanding and wisdom of the field to find the soft spots in the zone. And he was, north of 6'1", 6'2", so he's a tall target. He was a sure hands catcher, if anything. But they folded that brother up like a pretzel. And you didn't hear Cowboy Nation saying, hey, I demand for that guy to be suspended for so many games. I'm worried about the Browns D-line. This is from Joe. Let's talk about a little quick Browns right quick since I got them in the title, right? All right. The Browns. Baker Mayfield. This is his, third year going into his fourth, right? Or this is his fourth year. Normally, quarterbacks start seeing the light in their third and fourth year, right? They do have some outside weapons. They do have an Odell Beckham. I call him Odella. But they do have a situation whereas we are right now, as of present day, we are ranked dead last as it relates to defensive pass / I guess, how can I put it? Pass pro. You know, we're not good at passing. We're not good in let me see. How can I say it without throwing them under the bus? We're bad. Our secondary is bad. We got a shining knight in honor right now with number Diggs, 27. I said number Diggs with Diggs. But we're dead last. So if you are Odell Beckham, if you're number 80, you sitting there like, yeah, I'm going to eat this time. Because even if you are the tight end, you're going to sit there and say to yourself, okay, I'm going to eat. I'm going to flat out eat. I'm going to hit double move, slow go. I'm going to get upfield. I want Baker Mayfield to start this thing out real quick. But here's the conundrum. It's a home game for us. We should be ready at home. There should be less jellyfishes in the belly at home, right? So we should look at this game and say, okay, we're going to bring the Browns the best that we can get. On top of that, with the makeshift offensive line that we got, if Zach Martin is still going to be at tackle, because I heard that they like Terrence Steele still at tackle, but, the reason why he was benched or what have you had nothing to do with his skill of play, more so to do with his belly aches, right? So if they keep Zach Martin at tackle and disregard what that report that I heard earlier this week. And if they roll out the formula, keeping Brandon Knight, because I'm really not counting on Tyron Smith to be back. I just really want him to really rest up and be ready. And if we roll out the Connor Williams again, the Tyler Biotish, and Joe Looney at right guard or what have you, maybe, just maybe, a tenth of a second or a little bit more, we can give Dak Prescott a little comfort and we can sling that rock around. In this game, it got to be this game. I cannot go another week without Ezekiel Elliott not getting 100 yards. And it's not about, I got a couple more minutes, I got 4 more minutes. It's not about just for the stat aspect of it, but it's from the mental mindset and the makeup of this team, meaning that we shouldn't be playing all the way from behind and abandon the run. I need Ezekiel Elliott to get 100 yards, so that safety can stay inside and so that linebacker can stay crashing upfield to stop the run, so that we can get them in run pro defense so that my dogs can eat on the outside. I'm talking about Michael Gallup. I'm talking about C. Dangerous Lamb. I'm talking about Cedric Wilson if he go back out there. And I'm talking about 85. We need to really put the pressure on the Browns so that they can play from behind, so that they can abandon the run, because I do not want this to be a run slugfest with the Browns, because they got 2 running backs that can run the rock. Y'all can post the name down below of the running backs or what have you. But one of the guys named Chubb. One of the guys named Hunt. Y'all can post their full name down in the comment box. Earl is not coming. That's the scoop. That's Eric Mack. Yeah, he ain't coming. He ain't coming, fam. Earl gone. So this is the type of game that I want. I said earlier, let me see how many minutes. Man, I wish I had nothing but time for you guys. I said earlier on my video this morning, maybe it's time for the Cowboys to understand that, yes, we're going to put up 30 points. We might put up 35. We might put up 40. But dog it, this defense don't have to do the same. We can't be in a slugfest every week. And then when we lose, it seems like the end of the world, and they're ready to blame it all on the quarterback because he can't put up 40 points. What if I told you, like Ripley's Believe It or Not, Cowboy Nation, if that the Cowboys are going to put up 35 points this weekend, the quarterback is going to throw for 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns, probably 1 interception, and you're going to have 2 receivers to get 100 yards, right? You'll say, damn, the Cowboys won, right? The Cowboys are going to win. What if I told you that the Cowboys defense is going to force, 7 punts? That's what they did last week. Well, against the Seattle Seahawks. They forced the Seahawks to punt 7 times. Punting is good, but we need to get turnovers and takeaways. Oh, my goodness. Buddy. You look at the Browns are better. This is from Dallas. Are the Browns better than the Cowboys? No, I don't think they are. I'll take Dak over Mayfield. I would still take, and I know I got some hate mail from this, I'll still take Michael Gallup over Odell right now. I will. I'd take Amari Cooper over, the Juice. That's what he called himself, right? I'll take him over him. I'll take CD Lamb over whoever else they got. Now, as far as Nick Chubb and Hunt, the combination of the two. I love you, Zeke, but give me. Oh, my goodness. I'm moving Antoine Woods as full on the goal line. Matter of fact, you know what, Robert? I'm trying something new. I'm going to try this right here. Call me crazy, but not just as goal line. I'm taking Antoine Woods. They should have put that big. Did they put him at the goal line when we was in our trouble area? I'm putting Antoine Woods in any given time. Matter of fact, I'm starting off. Michael Campbell, shout out to you, says Earl Thomas is not signing with the Houston Texans. Browns are not a 500 team, so we should beat them. Akeem, that's some doggone good positive vibes, right? Huh? He said, hey, they're not a 500 team, we should beat them. Oh, my goodness, that's my time, Cowboy Nation. Killed myself for doing all of this, and now I don't have enough time to talk to y'all beautiful people, man. Oh, my goodness. All right, Cowboy Nation. Let's continue to find ways to grind. Don't get mad at me, Cowboy Nation. Don't get mad at me. I see some people say, oh, Law, you just a clickbaiter. You just doing stuff for views. I'm subscribing. I said, well, damn, you said all that. You might as well stay. You doing all that typing. You might as well stay. If I'm leaving, I'm not telling you. You got to start ghosting people, Cowboy Nation. Don't be talking like I'm finna leave and I'm waiting for you guys. Waiting for you to reply because I'm finna leave, Law. I'm finna leave. What you want me to sing? Don't leave me, girl. You want me to start singing? Nah, Law, I ain't finna start singing for you. That's crazy. It's crazy. Have you ever seen people? Nevertheless, Shay. That's my favorite segue. Nevertheless, or however, Have you ever seen people talk much noise on their way out? Just leave. You know I can't leave like that without doing this, though, Cowboy Nation. Here we go. Let me see some fire emojis. Yeah, let's go. Write this down, write this down. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, and make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired about waiting, or lied about, don't deal in lies, or hate it and yet give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you spoken, twisted by knaves, trapped for fools, and yet make allowance for them,